Good morning. It's Sunday. I believe it's the 14th. I meant to come and do a video outside yesterday, but it just got so bright and so extreme for me. So I thought I'd come out now and just do a walk around. This hibiscus is still asleep, although it's got the leaf sign. It's just I don't know what made it go into a dormancy, but I pulled it out of its pot and cleaned its roots and put it in new soil. So hopefully it'll do better. I did a new flower bed here, and I lined it with gladiolas, and then in the front I'll put some dahlia, and here we have a tub of Shasta daisies. So my amaryllis down here is starting to set up flower buds, so I need to get him out in the open. That's his baby right there. Her baby, his baby. And I planted a new plant that I haven't ever grown before called forget-me-nots. And you can see one here, and one here, one here. And I put them in these pots because I didn't know what to do with it. And around the tree here, we have one here, and here. That one looks really healthy. And then there's some over here. So hopefully we'll get a nice bush of blue flowers. So, and I told you this guy was ready to open up with all his little flowers. And look at that, isn't that cute with the bonsai? Yeah, the dwarf little miniature ice plant. What a neat little compliment. So I've been digging around the trees and getting them all prepared, and I decided to do this as a tomato bed. And the first initial planting they burnt, but all the newer leaves are coming out nice and strong. So this is where we planted Redmond, and his little tree is having a little difficulty. I wonder if his little body mass is affecting the waking up. But the buds are just so big and so healthy looking. I don't know why he doesn't wake up. I haven't really turned this, you can tell, but it's mostly flowers. Shirley poppy, there's the big dragon double peony poppy, and then a bunch of the larkspur. So I guess I'll leave him be for now. Grapes look good. They're forming nice little grapes. And of course that gate can't be used right now because it's not fixed, but I have it propped up enough that it's okay. And we're gonna let this mimosa came up from the root from that plant, so we're gonna let it grow. Yeah, even though it's in an awkward place. And I've been digging in my mulch, you can see here, and I put some soil. I need to get that out of there, but I needed to dump it somewhere, so I put it there. But maybe I'll mix it with the mulch. This little pear came out nice, didn't it? Yeah, he did. He's got a poppy. And it's a lot of places have these little the purple heart. Purple heart. He looks so weird. This one looks weird when he grows. He does. He's the one that turns that purplish red color. Yeah. And this little guy woke up. Excuse my weed. I haven't gotten into him yet, but he's looking pretty. And you can see my wall. So the fence, the board on the fence, and the mulch is what's holding it all up. But on the other side, it just looks like a rock wall. So I guess I'm a little lucky as far as that's concerned. If you want to see what I look like, this is me. I'm looking older every day. I am. And I lost more hair, so what little hair I did have, I lost that. And now when I scratch my beard, I notice that all my little beard hairs are falling off. So this is my new mulch. This is what I've gathered recently with just leaves and debris, and I've just been building it up over here because that area over there is taken up. I need to have a nice bonfire. Yeah, get rid of that big debris. So we've got Swiss chard that's taken over, but the little chives, they look cute. A nice little bush of chives. And this is the red bud that I planted, and that's a nice little spot for the red bud right there, because it's going to block this opened area here. Yeah. So I cleaned up here, got all the weeds out of here, and I feel bad because the rose is starting to bloom now, and I haven't fertilized him, and I haven't gotten all the weeds out from his base, but I don't dare get near him because he's so sharp. And right now I'm just I'm all beat up with getting stuck with thorns and branches, but I don't need to get involved with the rose yet. See how these dwarf hollyhocks took over this area? I tried to clear some of this out so that wisteria, my brain is kind of off, so the wisteria can grow, but it needs more sunlight. I need to chop them on down, and they're just starting to bloom. You know, when they get taller, they bloom even stronger. And here we have a coreopsis that took in this bed, and then we still have one dahlia that survived. One dahlia survived. That's a big red one. And I imagine those marigolds will reseed themselves. Yeah, there's a baby marigold right there. Right there. So I can imagine more baby marigolds. Yep, right there. Will start showing up. Yeah. So then, let's see, I trimmed the oleander a little bit more, and around here I just got the weeds down, and that there's that penstemon is so invasive. Look at how it filled up the whole wall. So I guess I'm not gonna worry about it. No. And under here, I put my bilbergia down there, trying to save it still. Tobit took to tearing it up, and as much as I was going to refresh this, I was going to get rid of everything and then start over, but now all these ceilings are starting up, and little calendulas and everything, and I don't know if this is something like a Sweet William or something. Yeah, there's a bunch of flowers, and I don't know if this is mullein or if it's primrose, but it's fuzzy. There's a bunch of them, so it came in the pack. And then I put my avocados down here, and hopefully they'll survive. And you can see that's a nice big avocado, and this one's looking really pretty and red. And this one down here is just barely a little sprout. He's just barely a little sprout coming up out of his tuber, his seed. And this one's coming up. They all came up. Yeah, but this dappled light will be good for them now that it's warm outside. Get them growing a little bit more, and then we'll put them in bigger pots. Yeah, I don't think I could put them in the ground. I don't think they'd survive here. Look at all those peaches. Those wonderful peaches. This tree's going to produce nicely. Those other trees, I think the boreworms have gotten to them. And I lost half this rose. Yeah, see the front end. Front half of it is dead. And then the back half is alive. It's going to give me a bloom. But something's affecting the bloom. Look at that, like a thrip. See how it's bent over? Yeah, I think it's just a diseased bush. And of course I'm starting to get some of that rust. I need to pull that leaf off. You know, like I did last year. Yeah. And my mimosa looks pretty. Can't wait till he really opens up and gets full leaf, and he'll look nice and shady and canopy. Yeah, it's such a baby to be so big. So, of course I haven't cleaned out here yet. I need to clean all the weeds out. I'm trying to get the glads up out of the ground and gather them, and I'm going to put them all together in one big pot because I don't know what to do with them. But if I leave them be, then the grass takes over because I can't get in there. See, like this is filled with gladiolas, and see how the grass is taken over? So here I started turning this one, and now I get the glads out, and then I'll get the rest of that Bermuda out, and then turn it, put some mulch and some manure in there. There are a lot of apricots on this tree, and this one did just sporadic. He's got a few apricots, and that one is still throwing a bloom at a time. I don't know what that deal is, so I'm going to try to dig out all of this plantain. You know, I wish I could advertise plantain in the Craigslist or something, because there must be someone that's into new age, not new age, but new, you know, old age, some that are into the medicinal portion of it, because it's an anti-inflammatory plant. So look at how it's taken over. I mean, it looks cute. It looks like hosta when it grows, but then it gets all those spiky spikes. So it looks down there like hosta, but look at how it's choking out all that iris. And this iris really bloomed a lot this year. Look at how many bloom heads. I didn't share with you, but look at how many bloom heads it had put out. This is a white iris. Blooms early. So I'm going to have to get all that plantain out of there. So this is just the backyard. We didn't really talk about the front yard. I guess if I stop now and do a separate video of the front yard, then it won't be too. I mean, it's gonna doesn't. I don't have the ability to splice them together. I must have, but I don't know how it works. These apple trees need to go in the ground. Yeah, they do. And these portulaca on my windowsill, they haven't started to bloom yet. They're just about ready to. Find out what colors they are. And this little guy, he needs to get into a pot. A bigger pot. Even the portulaca doesn't like it in there. Needs more nutrient. Look at the size of this hollyhock bloom. Isn't that pretty? It's almost as big as my hand. See? Oh, these are huge. This is very pretty, growing in the cracks. Seems like all the hollyhocks want to bloom early this year. And even this little teddy bear, he's going to throw blooms. See, he's going to put out some big blooms. We'll have to watch for that. And then I started seeds again this year, and so I have some squash and beans and zinnias, and I'm doing some other marigolds that are different colors. Yeah, I need to go through that pot and refresh it. There's a lot of pots that I need to empty out, and right now I just pulled all the gladiolas out of this, and I need to fill the soil up higher. I'm gonna pot this little mesquite and fill it up, and I'll do some veggies in here or something, probably onions. Yeah, because if I do them in the ground, they always get messy. Yeah, they do. So the vitex is opening nicely. Look at how nice the oak trees have opened up, and look at how much its growth from the start of spring to this. It already put up over 12 inches. Yeah, isn't that neat? I love that. Yeah, I'm glad I planted those oaks. I think I'll put the new daffodils that I got from the store for $2 or whatever, and I'll put them right here because that'll be a nice show from close to the house. And here's that vitex. It looks good. Yeah, it took a heavy pruning, didn't it? But I wanted to shorten it down. I don't want it to get too big and overtake, you know, like that vitex over there. So heavy pruning for this guy. So wish me luck on getting this tree done, because I'm just about done with that tree and it's just kicked my butt really bad. It did. I guess we could go through the front yard. We'll just let it splice itself. We'll do a part 1, part 2. Yeah, that is so cute. Too cute. Cute little bonsai. I guess he's about 7 years old now. So his leaves are really tiny compared to the adult. And he'll put out small flowers. And I trimmed my chrysanthemum and I put them on water, but they don't look so good. I just don't have the technique. I should have put them in a bottle. Keep the moisture. Silly me. But at least it's pruned. Jeffrey's doing his laundry. Tomorrow I have to do the chemo. Well, that is if my blood work is fine. Look, there's always that smudge. I wonder where. I'm gonna try to clean it up. Wait on, hold on. Not sure that looks pretty. No, it's still there. I don't know, it's the reflection from the windows, but I need to use some alcohol or something. Look, there's Tobit. It's a Tobit. Hi, it's Tobit. It's a cutie. You are a cutie. Yes, you are. Okay. Let's see. No, you stay right there. I can tell you were just in the bathroom. I can smell the Tobit butt from here. You guys are ready for lunch. I need to vacuum your rug, huh? There's Tony, and there's Maxwell, and there's Oli. There's the Olis and the Molis. Hey, Olis, you want to say hi? Look at that. Look at that. What's this? He's such a sweet cat. He's like a spirit. When he first arrived, that's the first thing I said. He's a spirit cat. Look. So, these little... What is this called? Iceberg. Iceberg. Well, that one just fizzled out, but we got new blooms up there. It's finally starting to bloom. Tony, you gonna take me for a walk? Gonna take me for a walk, huh? That's a good idea. So I trimmed off all of the old debris from the tops of the Coreopsis. But I haven't gotten in there and started digging out the Bermuda. You can see in between the plants there's Bermuda. And I have to get it up, because eventually it'll try to make its way on the other side of the wall and take over that whole area, and I don't want that to happen. So, but I'm glad it's all done, and I sprinkled it with a bunch of cow manure. And it's a mixture of Coreopsis and yarrow. You can see the yarrow that's under here is already ready, just poured out blooms. What you doing? Oh, that was a big jump. Yeah, it was. There's a Gaillardia. I've left him in the yard several years now. Here's a patch of yarrow, but it came up in the wrong place, so it just keeps getting mowed like grass, so it stays short. You're coming to visit too? Now look at how well the Russian olive looks this year. I think it looks really pretty. There's something dynamic about it. I don't know, it's just the way it glitters and the shade. You know, it shades that window there in the hot summer, but yeah, I think it's beautiful. It was a perfect place. That was a little seedling when we first moved in. It was in a pot. It was given to me by a friend named Jean. So this area of Coreopsis, you know, I always wash out the ground area when I'm watering, but I'm flooding. So Mr. Lincoln didn't actually die. He put out a few new sprouts, and he put a nice big flower out for me. So that's nice, and the batcher buttons are starting to open. And then we have some poppies and larkspur and batcher buttons also. That's a big poppy. But I just put manure down so everybody will get fed. The sweet alyssum looks good. It just takes over naturally. I'm glad I planted it. It just reseeds itself so well. You can see there's some more of those dwarf hollyhocks, but look, I got a big old pom-pom. Look at how pretty that is. Remember, I used to have bunches of them. And oh, there's some snapdragons in there too. That's good, because those were pretty snapdragons last year. This is the trash collector. This whole bush area collects all the trash from the wind. Might as well pull up my neighbor's weeds, huh? Because if I don't pull them up, he won't pull them up. Yeah. Their rose across the street is starting to bloom. You can't see it, but it's going to be beautiful. It's full of red. I'm having a head rush. I wonder why. Yeah. During the later part of the day, all of these blooms are open, but right now they're just kind of closed up. And I don't know about that Palo Verde. You know, all the top froze down, and we didn't even have a freeze. I mean, we didn't really have a freeze. The petunias in the backyard, you know, they didn't freeze away. This came up from last year, and it didn't freeze. So, all along the edge you'll see greenery in the shade area, and it's mostly larkspur and coreopsis and a whole bunch of different flowers coming up. And of course, then there's my specialty, the scarlet pimpernel, and that'll fill up pretty nicely. And this guy, he was such a good, pretty shape, but now he's all ugly. But he's coming back. It's just terrible trees that the city gave away. It really is. So, oh, here's the Shirley. My first Shirley. Shirley. That's a pretty Shirley, isn't it? That's such a pretty Shirley. What? Meow meows. Tony, you look just like Tobit, but Tobit's got more stripes. Tony doesn't have any stripes. Let's see what's going on over here. Oh, that kind of looks cute. Now this Vitex is nice and bushy. And I wanted to pair it off in threes, you know, put one there and there. And when I put that middle one, someone pulled it up and threw it down on the ground. So I rushed out and planted it again. And it never quite took as fast as the other one afterwards, but hopefully now that it's anchored itself, it can take. There's a little, these are almost like single petal compared to that big pom-pom. Yeah, this is like a single petal. It's so pretty. You know, this whole area used to be filled with him. He just following me everywhere. He's following me. Yeah, you are. Natalie's rose gave me one rose, and that's it. Just one rose. So now that I've turned the soil, we'll get some growth on there, maybe some more blooms. See, look at this desert willow too. Diseased. They brought me diseased. Either that or it's my soil. Probably is my soil. You know, I complain about that a lot. So, give you a view of my neighborhood. Yeah. Oh, falling apart neighborhood. Everything's so old here. I'm surprised they don't just bulldoze this whole neighborhood and turn it into something wonderful, you know. Seems like investors like to do that. Okay, so that was my tour. Hi, Tony. So Tony. What? He's hungry. He wants to be fed. I gotta go tell Jeffy I want to be fed. he's going to take me over to the dispensary and get some more edible gummies because I'm just about out, and tomorrow I have to go through chemo, so I need something to daze me off. I still have no idea the processing, how they're going to do it. No one's ever used my port yet. You know, wear this band, let everyone know I have a port so they don't stick me. But tomorrow, that's when they use the port. I don't know if it's going to hurt. I mean, the whole idea is so that it doesn't harm the patient. Yeah, because people keep sticking the patient. What a stupid light. They don't even turn it on. They put it on the wrong side of the street. They're supposed to go on that side, but there was a tree over there, and they said, oh, we don't want to remove their tree. They don't want to remove their tree. And they ended up cutting the tree down. That lamp goes over there. See, there's one here. It should go catty-cornered. Not on my property. I never used to have utilities here before. So when they poured the cement, I wrote in there New World Order. And they came back and scratched it off. They were afraid that I was marking up their stuff. Anyways, okay. So today is the 14th, and we had 3. So we have a 5, we had 3, that's the 8. Power and control. Well, I hope I've gotten the yard in control. I think it looks very nice now. Just needs more flowers, you know. I need these coreopsis to be in full yellow. And then, of course, this, look at that rock just dislodged itself. Isn't that weird? Just like that other portion of the wall. And I still need to get this whole area done because I've never touched it. I just try to keep it weed free, and it's just what are those things called? You know what they are, little yellow flowers. It's funny, I can't remember. It's because it's hard compacted soil. And see, if they're not out here, they're only in there. So this is a Mexican elder, and it always gets struck by something. See, something gets its leaves and struck. Some kind of caterpillar makes its home here. And I've always wanted to do elderberry, some champagne, you know, from elderberries. Yeah, so it is going to throw some more blooms. There's another bloom. But it sure didn't bloom out this year as it usually does. But I still got to clean out all the grass, the ryegrass from out of the base. It's mostly yarrow, but in the center there's ryegrass. And I think I'll move some of the pups. You know, these mangaves, they make so many pups. So right now they're in a dark purple state because this is their winter color. And then come summer they turn kind of a mottled greenish mocha. Yeah, let's call it mucho mocha. But the pups, I'll take some pups off and put them out in the front island. That'll be nice. Yeah. So all these empty spaces. Yeah, that I need to fill with flowers. I just fill them with zinnias, you know, they grow so well. And they're so pretty. Why not? So I tried to push over my log. It's leaning a little bit more, but it's not ready to snap yet. You know, it'll rot at the bottom, at the base, as long as I keep it wet. And I'll be able to just push it over and snap it over. That's how I'll remove it. Yeah. Someone threw up on the sidewalk. I wonder who did that. Look, here's a vitex. It has to get moved. It can't grow there. Yeah, there's a lot to do. Yeah, so pretty. Okay, have a nice day. Talk to you soon. Have a powerful day. Bye.